welcome to the channel. I'm DoubleBit, your host. In today's video we're going to go through and make a little project. I am sadly a week late on this one. I had all the intentions in the world when I came up with this. I had the night before for my wife on her birthday. I am going to be making a little table for her journaling and whatnot. A lot of times she likes to kind of sit with her legs up underneath her on top of the couch and kind of uses her leg as kind of a pseudo prop for her journal, and then she starts writing on it. And it always seems like an odd, contorted, weird position that's like pseudo comfortable, but after about good 10-15 minutes you usually see her readjusting and just kind of like constantly moving and not really super happy. Or she's there for a bit and then she's like, oh, okay, and then she's like pulling her legs out and it's like, oh, that hurt. So my thought, or idea, an epiphany if you will, was to make a little table for her that can have a elevating table with a saying on it. And then I'm going to be using a piece of live edge wood, an idea from my sister, to slice open and drill holes so that way she can have a spot for her pens, because she likes to do bullet journaling and a variety of types of journaling. And she likes to have kind of a smattering of pens at her disposal right there, readily available. She's right-handed, so I'm going to mount it on the left side. Now, the one thing I'm not quite sure in this endeavor yet is a couple of factors. How long I want the live edge piece to be, its exact placement, if I want it to be 100% vertical, or if I want it to be slightly curved. I'm not quite sure on that one yet. And the other part is she does like the idea of using possibly an inkwell, but I don't know, that seems like a very bad idea. Let me just set up a setup that gives you an inkwell right on top of our nice couch. So I'm probably going to nix that. As I'm talking about it now, I'm kind of talking myself out of it. That was one of my ideas, and it was a good idea if I was to be making like a mobile tabletop station, but this one's going to have a pillow on the bottom. So I'm going to go through and select some different fabric. I've got some polyfill at the ready, and I've got a couple different pieces of material here that I'm going to cut. And I'm actually going to lean on a friend of mine to use his laser engraver. I would engrave this myself, but for time's sake and also for readily available space, I don't feel 100% comfortable yet engraving into it to have the saying that I want to have for her. And that was also a thing I came up with the day before her birthday, so it was a lot of things that if I sure had gone and striked as the iron was hot, I could have possibly been able to kind of eke out the project, but it wouldn't have the quality I like to instill in the product that I'd be giving to her to make it a gift. So we're going to go through in this video and we're going to cut down, and I'm just going to see and rough out the shape as I cut and as I go through it. I can give some dimensions and whatnot, and we'll kind of go from there. So hopefully you enjoy, and let's get to it. few areas. 10 tens is what this will hold now. And I'm going to go through and run on a smaller drill bit to get down just the general spot, and then I will up it to a, see here, I'm doing a 13/32 drill bit so that I can incorporate the larger markers that my wife has. I actually ended up shanghaiing this one. Hopefully she won't notice. I tried to grab from one of the ones she's not currently using, but I only have about a day or so before she notices that that one's gone. She loves her stationery. My buddy was able to also snag this plank of wood that I had lined out for use in this project, and he was able to laser engrave on it the thing that I have. We'll do another pan over here in a little while, but it turned out phenomenal. I am super stoked about that final part of it. And it is coming together nicely. I did have to square up the edges, so I'm going to have to go through and restain and do some mild sanding where some of the tearaway happened, sadly, on the plank of wood. But I was expecting that just because it was a larger piece that I had to cut down, so that's already kind of planned for. And I think what I'm going to do is a natural stain over the top of it, so that way it kind of pops just a little bit more and gives it that bit more of a glossiness to it. So super stoked, super excited, and things are coming along great for this project. I'm just, the only large part that I'm thinking on now is the cushion, just because I've done it before, but I haven't done it on this scale and in this fashion. So I did a little good old YouTube research and development, if you will. And hopefully it turns out as I have it in my head. So fingers crossed on that one. But gonna punch a couple holes and we'll keep on going with the project. Well, that was a fun build. As you can tell, I had to change because it took me a day and a half to actually complete this one, and it's during the week instead of the weekend, so I was a bit crunched for time, but I'm really happy with the end result. I will be completely honest, I am not whatsoever an upholsterer, but I am very happy with how this turned out. And if you weren't able to see the saying on there, it says, "May the record hold. As you take note of the hours past, I will be counting the minutes each day till I get to see you again." My wife really enjoys journaling, and that saying just, I don't know where it came from, but I'm claiming it. I don't remember hearing it anywhere else, but I was trying to come up with different sayings and different thoughts, and that just rang true in my head, so wrote it down, ran it by a couple people, got some very interesting responses, quite humorous ones. Everyone enjoyed it. I enjoyed it as well, and I was like, I'm not being crazy about this, right? This does make sense the way I'm saying it, right? But it should hopefully be a great little, I think it's called like a sofa table, or something like that. Not a sofa table, but just a little pillow top, kind of like a lot of people get them for laptops and whatnot. But I've seen one or two for drawing, and it's usually like a stable surface. This is going to be a little bit more like as she holds it and as she keeps a book on it kind of surface. But I really do enjoy how everything just kind of turned out. It's a little dusty. It's wood shop, but it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Oh, and I do have a little sample. So this will fit in there. Stays pretty firm. Everything is nice and snug. So she is right-handed, and it would make sense to put on the right side, but then again, if you're writing with your right hand, I figured you would be able to reach across and grab a utensil and use it versus feeling like, you know, whatnot, or a writing apparatus, whatever you want to call it. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, be sure and hit that like button, subscribe. Make sure if you haven't yet, hit that notification bell as well. Every little bit helps with the subscription count. And this has yet to be presented to my wife, so hopefully she enjoys it. If she has, you know, that'd be awesome. I bet she will. She likes all this kind of stuff and whatnot. But thank you very much. If you did enjoy this video, be sure and leave a comment below as well of anything that you found as a pointer or something that you enjoyed about it, or if you want to know any more ideas on this. The whole mechanism in the back is just a simple little piece of wood and a little chain to keep it from going too far forward. I did riser pieces so that way everything could collapse and lay nice and flat, and she has the ability to raise it up. Now I might down the road put notches in it, but as is right now, I think kind of the two settings. I don't necessarily know if she's going to want midpoint one. That'd be the only one I might put in there, just like a little notch in the wood or something like that for this to rest in, and then she can make it collapse completely flat. So hopefully she enjoys it. Hopefully you did as well. It was a very good little build that I was super stoked to be able to get together, and it flew together in such a short time, and I'm really happy with the end result, and hopefully she will as well. So thank you all again. Hopefully you enjoyed. Be sure and like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that way you get notifications every time that I upload. Thank you all very much for your viewership, and hopefully the missus loves it for her birthday.